Hey, it's Ross from rosslukeman.com. Today I want to talk to you about how to add a cooling fan to your electrical system, especially if you have an enclosed system like this solar generator, or you've got an enclosure around the system in your van or RV. Things are going to get hot in there, and I've seen systems with either no cooling fan or a poorly installed cooling fan, and things are going to get really hot, and that could shorten the life of our components or cause a fire. And especially in these systems where we're not really following the manufacturer's guidelines for how much space they want around these components, we're kind of crowding everything in there in a solar generator like this, and we want to make sure that we've got some airflow and we're able to get that hot air out of there and allow those components to cool themselves down with their internal fans. So what I've got here is a 12-volt blower fan from coolerguys.com. This type of fan is typically used in the horizontal position, but I got it because it's got kind of a low profile exhaust on it. I didn't want to make it a huge feature and with a big hole in the side of my cabinet here. So just got kind of a low profile, nondescript exhaust vent there on the top. And then I've hooked it to a thermostat controlled relay, and this comes with its own thermocouple, which is basically a little thermometer. So it's going to turn the fan on when it gets hot, and then when it lowers it down to another set point temperature, it's going to kick that fan off. And this is going to do a couple of things. I've done systems where I had a fan connected to the inverter, and basically when you turn the inverter on, the fan would come on, and the inverter would, it'd keep it from getting hot, but you're going to wear your fan out that way, and you're also going to have kind of a parasitic load that's going to drain your batteries even faster, especially if you're not plugged into the power grid and you're out there camping off grid. So we don't really want the fan on unless it needs to be on, and the way to do that is with this temperature controlled relay. That is a W1209 Relay. Costs about $5. It's been on the market for quite a few years, and it's a really handy little relay to help us save power and extend the life of our fan by not having it on all the time. And so what I'd like to do is zoom in over there, and I'm just going to put my finger over the thermometer. We're going to heat it up and watch the fan kick on, and then we'll watch the numbers drop back down, and when it hits another set point, the fan will turn off. So I just want to kind of give you a demo of how it works, and then at the end we'll get into the programming. I'm not going to give you an exhaustive review of the programming, but I'm basically going to tell you what settings you need to do for a power system like this, and the set temperatures and settings that I recommend. So we'll zoom in here in just a second, but before we do that, if you are interested in your overall van or RV power system, I've got a great resource for you called the Ultimate Van Power Cheat Sheet. It's got a discussion on the three major charging sources, so solar, shore power, and alternator power, and how they all have strengths, but they also have weaknesses. But when you combine them, I call it the Van Power Triad. When you combine all three power sources, they're going to make sure you have a robust charging source. Whether you're plugged in at a campground or you're way out in the desert, you're going to make sure that you have a good charging source no matter where you find yourself out on the road. So there's a discussion on those three charging sources. There's also a discussion on different battery chemistries and the strengths and weaknesses of those. That's going to help you narrow down on which battery type is going to be right for your project. And then lastly, there is a really interesting conceptual diagram that was requested by a student of mine. He wanted to see how the three major charging sources connect through the system and come out at your end device, such as your laptop or your microwave. For instance, what are the connections between your solar panel all the way through the system, and then how does that power end up charging your phone or other devices? So it's a really interesting diagram. It's your entire system on one page showing all those connections in there. I think you'll get a lot out of it. So if you want to grab your free copy of the Ultimate Van Power Cheat Sheet, just go to rosslukeman.com/vanpower or click that link below. So with that, let's zoom in and demonstrate our system here. So let's demo our system. We've got the relay here with the current temperature in degrees Celsius. We've got the little thermocouple or thermometer, and we've got our fan. It's currently off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger on here. We'll heat it up to 24 degrees and the fan will turn on. And then when it drops to 23.5 degrees Celsius, the fan will turn back off. So we'll go ahead and heat that up. You can see these numbers start to climb, 22.4, 22.6. So 24 degrees. There goes the fan. You can hear the little click. And I'll take my finger off, and we have a 0.5 degree differential between on and off set temperatures. That's a little bit closer than you would typically have in real life. I set it very close so we can do our demonstration here. I didn't want it to take forever for the temperature to drop back down. But typically you would do maybe 5 degrees Celsius in between on and off. So you can see it's about to turn off, 23.5. You can hear it click and the fan is back off. So if we go back to 24, there it goes again, fan is back on. So that's just kind of a simple demonstration. At this point, let's zoom in and take a look at how it's wired. All right, so let's take a look at the wiring. First off, we have the thermocouple. You can see it routes over here and plugs in here at this white plug. And then as far as the wires in the bottom, we've just got these 4 connections. On the right, we have 12 volt positive and negative coming from the solar generator here, and that's going to power up this circuit board. And then the relay actually controls these first 2 wires. So this is where our fan power is coming in here on K1, and the wire is going out to the fan here on K0. So 12 volt positive power comes from our fuse block here in the solar generator, and when this little black box has its relay closed on the inside, it's got a little switch inside there, and when that switch closes, it's going to send power out this line, and that's going to provide 12 volt positive power to our fan. Now the fan's negative wire is just going to connect to system negative here in the solar generator. The positive line is the only one that we need to break in order to turn that fan on and off. So when the switch opens in here, it breaks the line. When the switch closes, it sends that power straight through and turns that fan on. So the wiring is pretty straightforward. Now as far as the programming, you can see we have 3 buttons here. They're called set, plus, and minus. So the plus and minus are going to allow us to go up or down when we do our numbers there. And then the set button is going to allow us to get into the programming itself. So let's go in, and I want you to look at this first number. This is kind of our set point number. So I have it set at 27 degrees Celsius, and that is basically, we're telling it that is the ideal number. When you get to 27 degrees Celsius, turn the fan off. That's as low as we need to go. Cool it down to 27. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the fan turn on at 32 degrees Celsius, 5 degrees higher. And I will say the reason I got these numbers is 27 degrees is about 81 Fahrenheit and 32 degrees Celsius is about 90 Fahrenheit. And those are kind of industry standard numbers. You want to turn on your cooling fans at about 90 degrees Fahrenheit and turn them off around 80, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that translates to 27 and 32. Now we're not actually going to put 32 degrees in this machine. What we're going to do is we're going to give it a 5 degree temperature differential. So we're going to say cool it down to this, but turn on the fan 5 degrees above this. And so how we're going to do that, let's let me see it. Hold down the button for a few seconds, and it's going to go into the programming settings. So P0 through P6 are the settings that we can control. So P0 is whether it is a cooling or heating relay. So basically, does it turn on when you get to a low temperature and turn on a heater, or does it turn on when you get to a high temperature and turn on a fan? So because we're doing a cooling fan, we want to keep it in the C setting for that. So that looks good. So we'll hit set to go back out of there, and we'll hit plus to go up to P1. Now P1 is our temperature differential. They call it, the technical term is hysteresis, the value here, hysteresis value. But to me, it's just a temperature differential. We want it to turn on 5 degrees above 27. So we'll go to P1, we'll go in. I have it set at 5.0 degrees. So that's going to take us to turning the fan on at 32 degrees Celsius. So we'll go back in. P1 looks good. Let's go into P2. So this I don't recommend changing. This is the highest temperature that the unit will display. It goes from -50 Celsius to 110 Celsius. So that looks good. I don't recommend changing it. And then P3 is the lowest temperature, so that's -50 Celsius. Go ahead and leave those alone. We don't really have a purpose in changing those. Let's go up to P4. Now this you may actually want to use. This is probe correction. So if you figure out that this probe is off, let's show, so this is the current temperature that the probe is reading. And let's say you have a thermometer and you say, hey, this is off by, half a degree. What you could do is you could go into P4 and we could correct the probe. So we'll hit set, we'll go in, and we could say the probe is off by half a degree, so we are going to correct it here and have it read the correct temperature. So that's P4. P5 is a relay delay. So let's say conditions are met, it does hit 32 degrees Celsius, and but we want to wait 2 minutes for the cooling fan to turn on. That's where you could set a time delay up to 10 minutes. Personally, I think that we just want the cooling fan to turn on immediately, so I would leave that at 0. P6 is going to be an alarm condition where the relay opens up. Frankly, we don't need that at all. I would just leave that. P6 is going to be in off. Go ahead and leave that in the off position. We don't need that alarm condition. We just need to run our cooling fan. So I'm going to hold down set and go back out of the settings. So it is currently set and ready to operate. So those are the settings. I wanted to mention one more thing. You want to make sure that you have a good intake location somewhere in the box, preferably at the other end or the other extreme of the case where your power system is. So in this one, I've got holes here next to the battery coming up through the bottom of the case, and that's going to give us a fresh air intake to allow that fan to draw the air through there and cool those components down. So make sure you put an intake location. It doesn't have to have an intake fan, but you just want to have a hole where the fresh air can come into the unit. So that's the end of the training. I hope that was helpful. Again, if you want more help with your van or RV electrical system, grab a copy of the Ultimate Van Power Cheat Sheet. I've got the link below, or you can go to rosslukeman.com/vanpower. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.